Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another on the road video with me, Peter the Master Poppets. Made it out to Bottle Logic finally here in California in the Anaheim area. It's going to be a drive today because today I'm hitting up quite a few breweries quite far from each other, but it will be fun. So my first time here, I've had their beers once before at MBCC over in Copenhagen, which was great. So we're starting off with a small little flight of some non-dark beers. Well, we have one, but mostly hoppy stuff and a lager, and pairing it with a Cuban sandwich because I've never had one, and there's a food truck, and it's kind of like late lunchtime for me right now because it was quite the trip to get here. So it was a good day to get some food as well. But the beer I got to start with was local Dialect, which is their California style lager, so I guess it's like maybe a steamed beer. Then we have their NDA, which is a West Coast IPA, slightly hazy one like that, but very nice to finally have a West Coast IPA. That's awesome. With Mosaic Citrus and Simcoe, and then we have another IPA, West Coast style, called West World, which is with Simcoe Centennial and Idaho 7. So those are IPAs, and then I also got one of the big bad boys that they're known for. That is called Calotterie, something like that. But it's an apple brandy centric Imperial stout. So it's made with vanilla beans, aged in apple brandy barrels, and finished with loads of almonds. So those are the beers we got. So let's try the local Dialect first here. And this is the one I've had with the Cuban, which is going really very well together. It's a bit more lemony and citrus forward. It's actually fairly hoppy, but that's nice. It smells still like a lager, but going towards like almost India Pale Lager territory. Cheers. Oh, yeah, super refreshing, crisp, clean, a little bit of bitterness, which, like they say, California style. I guess it's inspired by some of the stuff like your Anchor Steam lagers or whatever, you know. Because as far as I remember, I haven't had those in years, but it's a bit more like the steam beers, a little bit more hoppy sometimes, but it's very nice. Grassy, lemony, citrusy, super refreshing. Very well brewed lager. It's fun to have the lagers at these kind of breweries. And the next one here, NDA, smells like classic West Coast, which is awesome. But it definitely has a little bit of a tropical vibe going on that reminds me of East Coast IPA, but dankness, sweet citrus, pithy, grindy aromas, but definitely also tropical fruit, which I guess is the Mosaic and the Citra. And Simcoe gives off like some dankness, so that's great. And the ABVs, so the lager was 5.2 and this is 6.3. That is very nice West Coast IPA. And like West Coast IPA, like super clean, no caramel malt or anything, like almost like San Diego style, but it's not like crazy bitter, but definitely has some bitterness. Big Mosaic on it for me. Big, that like blueberry note and kind of like dankness. And like some sweet tropical fruit, sweet orange, mandarin orange. Predominantly citrus fruit forward and dank and blueberry with a touch of like tropical, touch of bready maltiness. Great West Coast IPA. Should be drinking some of these when I'm out here instead of all the juice. And I have like 2 boxes of juice bombs from New England going home already from the Boston trip. So moving on to the next one, also an IPA, is Westworld. It's also West Coast, Simcoe Centennial and Idaho 7. So a couple of more old school hops in here. This one is a little bit stronger, 7.4. Oh yeah, that's really dank. Really dank, and we like grapefruit, pith pine, really grapefruity as well. Smells really nice and old school. All right, cheers. Ooh, that's really nice. Big grapefruit peel. A little bit of bitterness on the end. Actually, a good kick of bitterness. A little bit of an earthiness to it as well, along with like some piney notes. Definitely like this. The other one is like more new school. This is a bit more like old school West Coast IPA, which is very nice. And definitely a much bigger kick of bitterness. Yeah, the IBUs, yes they do. This is 90 IBUs, so that's also why. The other one was 80, but it didn't seem that bitter at all whatsoever. Interesting. This has got that like almost like scraping your palate bitterness. And that's really good. And the other one, it's a bit too cold right now. But this is the Calotterie, as I said. 14.1%. Imperial vanilla stout aged in apple brandy barrels with almonds. it's just huge. That's almost all I'm getting on the nose. Is like apple brandy and almonds, not even the vanilla, and some toasted woodiness. It's huge on the apple brandy, but it smells really nice. Yeah, just loads of it. Let's try it. It's a bit cold, but it's good too. Oh yeah, that is very nice. It's not as crazy as some of the ones that they poured at MBCC, but it's just huge on the apple brandy character. And yeah, I'm getting more almond, like almost like green, fresh almonds. It might be the apple brandy doing that. And then vanilla. There's a little bit of vanilla, but it's not crazy amounts. Roastiness, like oaky, appley flavor, tanniny. Really nice. So cool to actually sit at Bottle Logic and drink their beers. I know they released a bottle today, but I think you have to be in like some kind of club or whatever to actually get one to take home. So I'm probably not going to be doing that. But I have way too much beer. I met Joe the other day, and he even gave me some beers. So I have so much, which is great. But let's try the Cuban. I think this is the one that's going to be paired with the lager or the IPA. That is amazing. So it's like apple, like vinegar sauce or something, cooked pork with ham, and there was a Dijon mustard in there, and some chipotle sauce and pickles, and like grilled onions. It's really good. It seems like this would be like also like the perfect hangover sandwich. That's my first Cuban. Very nice, and it pairs like really well with a lager. I wouldn't pair it with this stout, but I think the IPAs would do well too. Yeah. Oh yeah. It reminds me of having whole roast suckling pig, pretty much. Like the pork in there is really good. Oh, it's great with the IPA. That's a great pairing. So it's from Burning Buns food truck. That's also one thing I noticed here. All the food trucks like I've had so far, food-wise, it's just been great, like really high quality. It's interesting that we don't have that much of that at home yet. But for like sandwiches, like huge 2 thumb up. On the road style ratings, you know, guys. I'd say 1.5 for the lager, 2 for the which was local Dialect, 2 for the NDA IPA, 1.5 for Westwold, and 1.75 thumbs up for the apple branded one. Maybe it will be better as it warms, but this is great. I'm going to be back to you guys in a minute with more pours and finishing up these in the meantime. So, cheers. Okay, guys, sometimes I should just remember to keep my mic on when I'm out and about so I don't forget to turn it back on. I just did, and I just did like the final tasters here, so we're just doing them again. So you're unfortunately not getting the first impressions, but hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Technical difficulties when you're out and about. So I did another little set of tasters here at Bottle Logic. The final ones, I think, because after this I'm going to head over to Monkish in Torrance and Smog City. And I'm trying to time it because my family is doing the whole sightseeing tour thing of LA, so I'm doing like brewery hopping and meeting up with them in the evening and driving on north to San Luis Obispo. So I'm trying the final beers here at Bottle Logic, and the first one I got is their C.A.M.P. So this is their New England IPA. I really dig their West Coast IPAs. They were really good, but I thought I should, give it a go just to try it. So the C.A.M.P. is, New England style IPA featuring Amarillo, Citra, and Equinox hops. They say it's like tropical, pillowy, soft, all the flavors and mouthfeels and everything you expect from the New England style. It's definitely hazy. It looks like a New England IPA. Hazy orange. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, big dankness. Big orange and sweet citrus, which I guess is like just a combo of Citra and Amarillo. I've yet to have a single hop Equinox IPA, but I think Equinox sometimes can go a bit earthy. But yeah, it's just the big citrus fruits. Big. It has a hint of like generic tropical vibes as well, but it's nice. Cheers. Yeah, exactly that. Good kick of like tropical note, generic tropical note, as I said. Maybe to the tartar side, like passion fruit pineapple, but big citrus, big orange, big sweet citrus, big like mandarin, tangerine oranges. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, I've been spoiled with the whole hazy IPA over in Boston, and I don't think it's up to that level, but it's still very nice. I'm gonna give it 175, like almost a second thumb up. It's still a very, very nice hoppy beer, New England Haze Train beer. But I did prefer their West Coast IPAs. There's just, I'm in California, I should have West Coast IPAs, and those were just very well done. So the next one was one of my favorites that you don't get the first reaction off, unfortunately, but this is something to smile about, and it sure made me smile when I had it the first time. So this is like a couple of strong ales, or part of some strong ales they do, that are like ice cream milkshake inspired, so they call it milkshake strong ale. It's made with malted milk, this one, and inspired by the Rocky Road ice cream. So nutty, marshmallowy, chocolatey beer, or ice cream. So it's made with cacao nibs, almonds, and then malted milk and lactose. That's like brown, but it smells like, I'm getting banana now for some odd reason. It's just huge, and it's bourbon barrel aged, and this is a huge bourbon character. The strong ales, both of them, the barrel character, these are huge. It just smells like bourbon soaked almonds. It's like bourbon's already almondy, vanilla-y, and it just amplifies that almond character even more. Noise is picking up a bit, guys. People are coming in to get their Monday beers. Yeah, smells nice. It is really good. That is one of my favorites here. It is so almond forward. If you gave this to me and said it was a Rocky Road inspired beer, I probably wouldn't be able to pick it up. But it's just this old school style of like American strong ale or barley wine. There's like huge malt cannon, which is awesome. I love those beers. We don't see them too often anymore. It's also very strong though. It's 12.8, 9%. The double IPA was 8. But yeah, it's really, really good. Huge bourbon character, huge like sweet sticky malt flavor without being too much. Full on mouthfeel without also being like super salty. And then just big almond character, big kind of like chocolatey, maybe milk chocolatey vibe from the coconuts in there. And then yeah, I'm just getting big vanilla. Was it all? Yeah, vanilla, and I think this one had some other. No, it's just toasted almonds. This is the other one that has hazelnut, or another one of these beers. But that's really good. It's just big almond character. Again, as I said, maybe not. I couldn't pinpoint Rocky Road per se, but it's just great to have such a malt-forward beer with such amazing barrel character and cool adjunct flavors. That it's not like completely over the top. It still tastes like beer, and it's very, very good. One of the best here. 2 thumbs up for sure. The other one here is also, I guess it's a series, I'd imagine, just a similar kind of like base beer. This one is maybe a little bit more murky. Maybe it's the bottom of the keg, I don't know, but this is Shake, Rattle, and Roll. So the same idea with the beer. They bourbon barrel aged in a strong ale, and they make it so it's made with the malted milk powder, the lactose, but this time around also strawberries, and then chocolate and vanilla, no nuts. So this is Neapolitan ice cream inspired, which I dig. Those Neapolitan beers I've had have been great, but it really smells good. It's got such a big candy strawberry aroma. I mean, just the ice cream. I wonder if they use like the astronaut ice cream bars in this to make it that flavor, because I've heard people do that. It's like big strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, the same huge bourbon character, and yeah, big vanilla glow. And then underneath, like a big malt pack. That's again, it shows that it's one of these malt cannons, the American strong ale style. As I said, you never see anymore. But try it, or maybe at least in Europe you don't see it too often. It warmed compared to before when I was doing the video without the sound. It was cold. Wow, the chocolate and strawberry power through even more with the bourbon and the almond. Yeah, like almond, but vanilla, almondy, kind of like bourbon barrel character powers through a lot. It seems like it seems like they did something to smile about, just with a strawberry edition almost. But this one is not made with almonds, so the almond character you get in there is just from the bourbon barrels. But it's full on with those flavors, and just like both of them like big, like full mouthfeels without being like too crazy sludgy, and they leave that sticky gloss in your lips. This one is also the same ABV, 12.89. This is probably the same base beer that they just split up and tweaked and barrel aged in terms of additions of strawberry and whatnot. I think if you gave me blindfolded, I would say it's some kind of strawberry ice cream inspired beer, more so than I would be able to say with the other one. And I think I prefer this a little bit more actually, but the other one had maybe just slightly more barrel character. And I think it's also just because the strawberry stands out so much. But yeah, 2 thumbs up. This is also awesome. The beers here, the big barrel-aged beers are great. It's good at only getting like tasters. So this one is the last beer for today at Bottle Logic. This is the Lost Colony, and they're actually releasing this today when I'm here in bottles. But the way that works is that you can't just buy the bottle on site. You have to pre-order it online a week ahead, I think they said. And then you can go pick up your bottles here, and then, yeah, bring it home. Just to not get like crazy lines and everything, they're doing it like this, which is cool, I understand that. But it's a good way of doing it. They made a rum cake inspired Imperial Porter, which sounds really cool. I love rum barrel-aged beer, so I did that Imperial Porter, aged in rum barrels, and it's made with, well, it says here as well, I'll tell you guys, pecans and walnuts. And then I think lactose as well. No, not in this one. It's just pecan and walnuts in the rum barrels. Pitch black, little ash, and huge rum character. It's the same way. It's interesting as they warm how they change it. But this one is the same. Like the molasses character on this is huge. Like big molasses rummy character. I'm definitely getting like the nuts as well. Like it's like maybe more like now a generic nutty note than when I had it the first time when I was like cold. Like there was a more like distinct with walnuts, but yeah, dark fruits, raisin figs, prunes, a little bit of dark roast, but the molasses character is so huge. I don't know why I said licorice before as well. I did that. I'm not getting that at all right now. I'm just like huge molasses character. Oh, it smells great. Let's try, guys. Cheers. Wow. That's huge. 13.2%. Huge molasses and rum character. That's crazy. Big, like, rummy, molassesy, nutty flavors. Big dark fruit, again, like huge raisin figs. Like you did like rum-soaked raisins and figs. But maybe you do that in the cake. I don't know. It might be probably a cake with rum, right? Brown sugar on there as well. A little bit of vanilla. I got a bit of coconut earlier as well, but I'm not really getting much of that because the nuts are really shining through much more now that it warmed a bit. So that's really nice too. But my favorites are definitely the strong ales. Still a 2 thumb up, but the strong ales are the best. But this is a very cool spot. Bottle Logic, I mean, one thing you just gotta know is like you need to order the bottles of barrel-aged beer ahead of time. But if you do know that, well, that's not a problem. You just do that, right? But it's a very cool spot. Again, much smaller than I expected. But I feel like that's what it is with all the breweries I visit over here. All of them are like that gigantic. But it's a very cool little spot. Go here, get your allotted bottles, and then you know, have a couple of tasters, and that's it. Or just go here to taste some beers because they do have a very good variation of styles. It's not like they do like right now I have a lot of barrel-aged stuff, but they do have like lagers and blonde ales and stuff like that. It's not only like heavy dark stuff or only hazy IPA, which is great to see as well. And it's great that they have some good West Coast IPAs on tap as well. But very cool spot. Definitely recommend you guys come down and check it out if you're in the Anaheim area. If you're here with a family visiting Disneyland, this is a good idea as one of the spots to check out if you want great beer. And actually, I think they pour some of their stuff in California Adventure. But if you guys headed on down here and been here, let me know what you think of this spot, and let me know if you tried any of the beers that I tried in this little showcase video, tasting video of my trip to Bottle Logic. And now I'm going to finish up my samples, have some water, and move on over to the next spot, which is quite a drive, with an Uber of course, which is Monkish. So good day so far.
But guys, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'm going to say cheers in one of my favorites, the strawberry Neapolitan ice cream inspired strong ale, something, or shake, rattle, and roll. That's really good. Cheers, guys, and see you in another on the road video of my adventures here in the States.